Welcome to Today in Psychology, your destination for all things psychological. In this video series, we're taking a unique approach to learning about psychology by breaking down important definitions and concepts, one letter at a time. Each video will cover a different letter of the alphabet and explore the key psychological terms and definitions that start with that letter.
From A for abnormal psychology to Z for zygote.
We'll cover a wide range of topics and provide you with the knowledge you need to succeed in your studies of psychology and related fields. But this series isn't just for students, it's also for anyone who's interested in understanding the inner workings of the human mind. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or simply a curious mind, these videos will provide you with a better understanding of the fascinating world of psychology. So join us on this journey as we explore the alphabet of psychology, one letter at a time, and gain a deeper understanding of the human mind and behavior. Don't forget to subscribe to Today in Psychology and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video.
Welcome everyone to today's presentation on developmental psychology. As you may recall, in our previous videos in the series The ABCs of Psychology, we covered abnormal psychology and behaviorism and cognitive behavioral therapy. Today, we will delve deeper into the field of developmental psychology and examine how individuals develop and change throughout their lifespan. Developmental psychology is the scientific study of how and why human beings change over the course of their life. This includes physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. We will be covering the history of developmental psychology, key figures in its field, and a practical case study to help you further understand the diverse range of theories and perspectives of developmental psychology. So, if you are ready, let's dive right in. And, thanks for joining us. Key principles of developmental psychology. Developmental psychology is the branch of psychology that focuses on the study of the changes and continuities in human behavior, cognition, and emotions that occur throughout the lifespan. This field comprises a wide range of theories and perspectives, each providing a distinct understanding of the different stages and phases of human development. Some of the fundamental concepts of developmental psychology include the examination of the biological, cognitive, and socio-emotional processes that shape growth and change, as well as the study of how culture, environment, and experiences impact human development. Through a thorough comprehension of these principles, developmental psychologists gain a deeper understanding of how individuals develop and change over time and how their experiences shape their personalities. Some key principles of developmental psychology include: development is multidirectional. Developmental psychologists believe that development can proceed in different directions, depending on the individual and the context, and that development is not always linear or unidirectional. Development is continuous. Developmental psychologists believe that development is a continuous process that begins at conception and continues throughout the lifespan. Development proceeds in a predictable sequence of stages. Developmental psychologists believe that development proceeds in a predictable sequence of stages, which can be observed across different domains such as physical, cognitive, and social development. Development is continuous. Developmental psychologists believe that development is a continuous process that begins at conception and continues throughout the lifespan. Development is influenced by both nature and nurture. Developmental psychologists believe that development is influenced by both genetic factors, nature, and environmental factors, nurture. Development is influenced by context. Developmental psychologists believe that development is influenced by the social and cultural context in which it occurs, and that different contexts can have different effects on development. Development is influenced by plasticity and adaptability. Developmental psychology takes into account that development is a dynamic process that involves the capacity of organisms to change, adjust, and adapt to different environmental conditions. These key principles provide the foundation for the study of developmental psychology and guide researchers in understanding how and why individuals change over the course of their lives. History of developmental psychology. The field of developmental psychology has a rich history dating back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. One of the earliest pioneers in the field was G. Stanley Hall, who is considered the founder of child psychology. Hall conducted extensive research on child development and published a seminal work called Adolescents in 1904. He also founded the first Journal of Child Development and the first laboratory for child study at Clark University. He was also the first president of the American Psychological Association. Hall's contributions to developmental psychology helped to establish it as a separate field of study and laid the foundation for the study of child development as it is known today. Another influential figure in the early history of developmental psychology was Arnold Gesell, who developed many of the first standardized tests of child development, and was also one of the first to establish the importance of objective measurement in the field of child development. He also established the Clinic of Child Development at Yale University, which was one of the first institutions dedicated to the study of child development, and his work helped to establish the field of developmental psychology as an important area of study and the importance of multidisciplinary research in the field. A case study in the field of developmental psychology. Emily is a 4-year-old girl who was referred to the clinic by her pediatrician for a developmental evaluation. Her parents reported that she has been struggling with speech and language development and has been having difficulty following simple instructions. They also reported that Emily seems to have trouble interacting with other children and has a hard time making friends. During the evaluation, the developmental psychologist observed Emily playing with toys in the playroom. She noted that Emily was having difficulty with fine motor skills and had trouble manipulating small toys. Emily also had difficulty with verbal communication and was only able to use a few words to express herself. The psychologist also noted that Emily seemed to have difficulty with social interaction and had a hard time engaging in pretend play with other children. Based on the observations and the information provided by the parents, the developmental psychologist diagnosed Emily with a developmental delay in the areas of speech and language, fine motor skills, and social interaction. She recommended that Emily receive speech and language therapy to improve her verbal communication skills and occupational therapy to improve her fine motor skills. She also suggested that Emily receive social skills training to help her improve her social interactions with other children. The psychologist also recommended that Emily be re-evaluated in 6 months to monitor her progress and adjust the treatment plan as needed. With the appropriate intervention, Emily has a good chance of catching up with her peers and reaching her full potential. This case study illustrates how a developmental psychologist would evaluate a child with developmental delays and develop a treatment plan based on the child's specific needs. It also highlights the importance of early identification and intervention in addressing developmental delays. In conclusion, I would like to thank you all for watching our video on developmental psychology and the key figures who have influenced this field. I hope you found it informative and engaging. The world of psychology is vast and complex, and it's my goal to make it as accessible and understandable as possible. I also encourage you to like and subscribe to our channel, as we have many more exciting videos in the ABCs of Psychology series. Next up, we will be exploring the letter E, which will stand for Evolutionary Psychology. Don't miss out on the opportunity to expand your knowledge and understanding of psychology. So, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next installment in the ABCs of Psychology series. We look forward to having you back for more.